So the next topic is data format. So this video is gonna be brief. Takeaways after this video, we will learn the different formats to transfer the data in the web browser to our server. Um, so that's XML, JSON, and then image, video, and audio format. So for XML, we will start with this example. We'll prepare a Visual Studio. So this is an example of XML. XML is a markup language as well, just like HTML. But the difference is this XML can be configured. The elements and attributes can be configured using the XML schema. So usually for browser to render a page like this, there is a document tree here. So here's the elements. There's a head body, and that is usually a fixed structure for HTML. You cannot usually define those elements, but for XML like this, you can actually define it. So this is an example of an XML document. So let's see the how how we can run it in a browser. So if we don't have an HTTP server. So I'll show you guys how to run this HTTP server. So I'll delete this. Um, Here, if we open the app, here is the contacts.xml. If we drag that to Google Chrome, it will just show that the tree instead of the actual render document in HTML. So I will show you guys how we can run this. So to run this, we need to have an HTTP server. So we need Node. So I already have Node in my system. So I just need to run the HTTP server. So let's see. Here's how you can run an HTTP server. npm install g HTTP server. So currently, I have a port 8080. So this process will open a port to 8081. The reason is I'm actually creating an app right now that use MariaDB and it use 8080 process in the background. So you can find the um, 8080 process or port by running nets.in command line this. So 21724, that's running 8080. So now um, my system or the new HTTP server that we will create will run a 8081. So here after that, we just need to copy this HTTP server. So this is how I'm showing you how complicated to run this XML parser. So it usually we don't usually use this XML for data format. We usually use JSON, which we will discuss next. So it's still now here. There's available server 8081. So this is the HTML format. This is the document tree structure. So we do that using XML parser. So XML parser convert XML to an HTML document tree. So and that's it. Um, XML schema. So here's an example of XML schema. Where's that? So XML schema is it's just a way to define the required attribute. So if, for example, you require some elements in this document model, let's see. Here, you require XML element. You define it in XML schema. So I won't be able to. I won't gonna show you that because it's. I mean, it's just important to be aware of that. That exists. That data format exists. So we use XML DOM parser uh, small documents, and we use SOCKS for large documents because XML DOM parser store the document in the memory, while the SOCKS parser use event based. So it's like in the previous chapter in JavaScript, where we use DOM API to trigger or to change something when the user triggers an event like form. So we use an event based. Just that's how like the SOCKS parser use it. And XML schema, we're done with it. Next is JSON. So here is JSON parsers. So JSON document, we use JSON parser, and then here's the data. So we see that here on the response. So let's say my blogging website. I'll show you an example. Here's my blogging website. So here is an example of JSON format. So before we do that, you need to go to the network, and then you need to post create, and then you see here's an example of JSON format. So we use this formats instead of CSV, the one we discussed in the previous video, because it's uh, capable of handling more complex data. It allows for nesting, such as the contacts earlier. Here it allows for nesting. If you see the code here of index, it nests this contact is the parent element, and then this is the child element. While this contact, his parent element is actually this contacts. So it's the same with JSON. Here with the JSON example, it's easier to read because it doesn't have opening and closing tab. So here the contacts inside contacts is first name, last name, phone. Inside phone is type and number. And the rule for JSON is that it should start with opening um, bracket, and then it should close with closing bracket. And then we can store different types of data here, like the one we discussed in the previous video, like strings, numbers, arrays, objects. So this could get complicated as we store more data in here. So we can use like actually a function here. An object, remember, can have a methods, which is a function inside an object. So that's JSON and JSON parser. So this is easier than an XML parser because the reason why we need to run an HTTP server for XML is because of the CORS policy. So for CORS, it requires the server to have and client uh, uh, it requires the server to be on the same file path or the same directory for it to access the document. So we run a server because the browser does not allow that. So we run the server on our own to run that XML. For JSON, JavaScript, actually this JavaScript has built-in JSON parser. So for this, this is a JSON parse JSON string. So when we run this, we the browser will automatically show this. Okay, so that's the main idea. JSON schema. Here's an example of JSON schema. So it's the same with XML schema. We predefine the required properties and values of that property um, to be returned on the client. So last is image, video, and audio format. So JPG is the most colorful because it provides 16 million. If you want, guys, quality picture, you use JPG. GIF, it doesn't provide as much color, so it's not as good if you're. But if you only need like a diagram, GIF is good enough. PNG, so GIF is good. It has a small size. JPG it has a large size because it has a lot of colors. So the advantage of JPG and GIF is PNG. Um, this picture, all of this picture is actually PNG. I used my Windows automatic screenshot to copy this. SVG, this is so this tree is pixel based. It means that the resolution or the quality also depends on the pixel or resolution of your LCD on your phone, tablet, laptop. It still depends on that. While this, it doesn't depend on the pixel. Once it's created, whatever it has, it still has the same quality. So when you check PNG, if as this picture gets large, the quality suffer or like yeah. So when we zoom this, we're gonna see. Oh, then you see it changed. It blurred as we zoom it in. However, for scale vector SVG scalable vector, I think a good example of this is one of my previous example with the house metaphor. Sorry guys, I didn't provide metaphor today because I'm kind of super busy because I'm creating an app. Hmm. Did I save that? Mhm. Here, no, it's the last format. But WebP is actually this is let's discuss this. WebP is an image format as well that has the advantage of PNG, and it has a small small size. It has a quality the same with JPG or PNG and 30% smaller. And video, we can use video. So for new HTML, we can use video as a element. So we can insert it here in HTML like this video. Um, yeah, something like that. Video like open and closing tabs. So yeah, but the main idea is now you can add a link to your video on your web page, HTML document, and audio format MP3. So it's the same principles. We can also use that audio element on our HTML. But another thing is we can set if it's autoplay once the user uh, access our web page. Yeah. So see you on the next video, guys. Thank you. Sorry. Next chapter, we will discuss DOM API, how the JavaScript language connect to the HTML language. So, by the way, guys, this XML, it's a markup language, it's the same as HTML. So, to recap, we discussed the data format that we see on these headers. Uh, you can see application slash JSON. Sometimes you can see their application slash image slash audio slash video. So see you guys on the next video.